We are longtime friends turned lovers, here for all things love, dating, and relationships. Lovers Watch is a podcast where we explore how the love and relationships we observe on screens influence the love and relationships we experience in our own lives.
From romance sitcoms to reality dating shows, we're mining through the mess to bring you the gems and help make sense of this crazy little thing called love. So, whether you watch these shows or not, if you love love, you're in the right place.
Hello and welcome to Lovers Watch.
I'm your host, Sam, and beside me is my sugar bottom sunshine.
I'm your co-host, Giovanna.
And today we are talking about Love is Blind, Season 9, Episode 2.
Yes, indeed. We are talking about this dry-ass episode. What gems were you able to mine from this one?
Took a little work to get there, but yeah, I really want to talk about... So the main thing for me is that I really wonder what happens to someone to make them exclude their entire ethnicity from their dating pool. Of course, you can date anyone you want to, but yeah, it's really wild to me how you eliminate someone completely from your pool. So yeah, I want to talk about that.
Truly.
Yeah.
And I want to know, specifically in reference to Love is Blind, should you be allowed on the show if you're not genuinely open to marrying someone of any race or ethnicity? What's the point of coming on the show?
Yeah, and of course, I don't know how they actually screen for that, but like, you guys got plenty of money. You can figure out a way.
Figure it out.
Yeah, to make sure people that come on the show are going to take your experiment seriously. So,
yeah, because you should be blind to race and ethnicity as well.
Exactly.
So we like to start off the show with a hot take. Sam, baby, what's your hot take?
So my hot take for today is, I think there's a huge difference between staying woke and being woke. I think staying woke is an action that you take, and being woke is a performance.
Okay, action as in political action, like cultural awareness, conscientious action.
I think all the above. I think it's a very deliberate. I think it's a very deliberate action you take to like look at yourself, the world around you, people that you engage with, and just analyze what's going on to say, hey, like what's happening, why is it happening, who does it affect? Like, it's a very intentional action that you take.
Okay, as opposed to being woke where you're like saying the right words or maybe performing a political correctness that you don't even truly understand or value.
Yeah, you don't understand. It's not a core value to you. It's not something that you actually identify with at all. You're just saying like, hey, this is the appropriate thing to do right now to get me whatever clout or whatever I need to get through the situation. But yeah, so yeah, that's my hot take. What is your hot take, baby?
Okay, y'all ain't gotta like it, but I feel strongly that we should bring the wink back. It's such a fun and lighthearted way to flirt with people, to gesture to people. And I always feel so badass when I be winking at people. It's
Badass?
Yeah, it just feels bold.
You gotta get the mouth open.
It's better if you make the noise too.
I was with you, but if I'm walking in the grocery store and someone's just like, hey, how you doing? I'm like,
That's the thing. I think it's also the playfulness of it, the silliness of it is disarming when you are flirting.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I mean, is it just for flirting or just engaging?
I mean, mostly for flirting purposes, but you could use it to engage with people if you want. I mean, I'll be flirting with the old folks at the grocery store.
Hey, what up, grandma?
At the librarian, at the little kiddos that be flirting with me.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I'm with you for the most part.
Let's bring it back.
Okay. I don't know where it went, but we're bringing it back apparently. So
we are. Okay. Should we get into the little
little
appetizer of our show?
Yeah, let's do it. What you got?
Okay, let's start with stuttering ass Gil Anton. Talking about how beautiful Allie is. He is really like dumbfounded. This man is flabbergasted he didn't expect her to be so fine.
No.
But the first kiss though, big yikes.
The way he like just did his mouth,
the jaw was jutted out. It was
top
like
lip was
Oh my God. A horror story. I like jump. It was a jump scare.
We
for
both
real.
were just like, whoa, like absurd.
Crazy. What other madness
Honestly,
did you see?
Also, just the way the camera zooms in on it, it's just like, you know,
Because it was a sight to
the
behold.
production team knows what they're doing. One thing that was really wild for me, it took a while to get to something juicy in this episode because it was so dry. But Edmund, my guy, why are you making out with the floor?
Laying face down
Face down, head like crotch on the ground.
on the floor, kissing, like doing lip ups, like push ups with his lips on the floor. And you got these white people looking at you like, dog, are you okay?
You good?
This
you
floor
all right?
is so dirty.
And he's like, I haven't kissed anyone in a long time.
I just
so
need to kiss something.
I'm gonna make out with the floor.
I feel like if Calibria saw that, it would be over.
Oh, that'd be a complete. Yeah, good thing she cannot see that. I wonder what happens when people
Watch
the show back and be like, "That's what you was doing."
If they're still together, I think
If
it
they're still
might be a
together,
reckoning, a moment
I
of
would-
reckoning.
I would roast the hell out of you. I'd be like, "I'm sorry, you did what?"
Yeah.
And people know that I'm with you after people saw you do that. Yeah. I would take offense to that.
I would at least have to boycott you on the kisses. You ain't getting no more kisses. Another thing that we saw was we learned that Casey met her last man on social media. Like
That's right.
through she saw him on TikTok and then she went to follow him on Instagram.
Yeah.
Have you ever slid into someone's DMs like the way you met them was straight up on the internet?
I feel like outside of an app, no.
I'm not talking about a dating app. A dating
Yeah.
app is like a
The intention.
consensual
Yeah,
awareness
yeah.
that we're both here to date.
It's a contract that we both engaged in, basically.
Right.
No, as far as like going in someone's DMs dry, I can't say I've done that. I don't have the. No, that's wild to me. Not wild. People do it all the time. Not wild. For me personally, that's a little too much. I don't know if I have the confidence for that. Just to be like, hey, I know you don't know who I am, but hi.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Yeah.
You know, nah. I don't know. Have you?
Absolutely not. First of all, I don't pursue people on the internet. Second of all,
Yeah, you cute and all, but nah, I don't talk to people. I don't talk to strangers.
that's strange. I have
Yeah.
never even had an internet friend. Like I know a lot of people who have friendships with people through some
online.
sort of social media or like gaming or whatever. I've never had a friend that I haven't met in real life. Like we might maintain our relationship online, but
Okay.
we met in the flesh.
Okay. I mean, have you ever had like a pen pal or anything like that?
Nada.
Okay.
Nunca en mi vida. Never. I've never ever
Sound
had that
very,
happen.
sound very old.
And I'm okay with that.
You kids with your direct messaging and stuff, having friends you ain't even seen. Back in my day, just went down the street and just talked to my neighbor. And just, anyway, also another thing is, and this is a very consistent thing we see on Love Is Blind. I'm sure it's other shows as well, but the lip fillers on Love Is Blind specifically. They're really diabolical
A
sometimes.
crime.
Honestly, like I'm here for your gender affirming care.
Because that's what it is.
That is exactly what it is. But there's levels. There are levels. Like to me, like I've said before, if there's like 3 sizes of lip filler, the person with the smallest amount of natural lip will go for like the largest size, and it just
To them hoes
it,
bursting at the seams.
it doesn't fit your face, and it's just like we all see this, you know. It's just I don't know, not shaming anyone. Do what you want with your body.
Kind of.
Yeah, pick your battles. Pick your battles a little bit. I don't know, but yeah, it's just wild to me. Yeah,
It's hard to look at. And then the gloss on top of
they
it,
always do like the shiniest gloss. It just calls so much attention.
where you
to
can
it.
see the seam. Like basically you see where they lip stop and the
Stops.
fillers start.
It goes like half a centimeter past the lip line where it starts and everything, and it's just like, and they're always shooting that side angle as well.
They get your profile.
That I feel like the producers like are very intentional. Like we're gonna show this angle.
I could never have that
Got
many
her.
close-ups happening.
Mm.
Okay, on a more serious note,
Uh-huh.
this episode had me thinking about how do you disclose a disability when dating, and like how deeply personal that is. At what point do you feel like you can trust someone enough to to let them hold that and
feel safe enough to say, hey, I think that you're actually gonna like take this and not be weird with it, basically.
Yeah, it's definitely very delicate. I have some sort of like chronic illness stuff happening. I wouldn't go as far as to say it's a full-on disability, but it is something that I feel like I have to share with people, whether I'm dating or traveling or whatever, if I'm going to be in a relationship with people, because it's something that always has to be accommodated. And it makes me feel like a burden, and it's something that's like so small in comparison to losing your vision.
Yeah, there's not a direct comparison, but I mean, like, I don't have a disability either, so I can't really answer that question. But to your point, like having to let someone know that, hey, our day is going to look a little bit different because of something that is inherent to me,
or drastically different.
Yeah.
And just how delicate that is. If anyone wants to share what their experience is, I am curious as to what that looks like and what people's experiences have been navigating their disability and disclosing that with the folks that they're dating.
Yeah, very fair, very fair. Let's see. There was also a proposal this episode.
Who gives a fuck? Joe and Madison, they get engaged. They're going to be in love.
It's just, there's just certain couples that you're just like, I'm about to fast forward because like you guys aren't giving anything to us. Like just nothing. It's
bone dry. It was bone dry.
Skin and bones, bones and skin.
Bones and skin. So the one other thing that I need to talk about is we see, I think it's Megan and Mike talking about
the
sleeping.
driest couple. Like, they're not a couple yet, but they are so dry.
They
together.
seem to.
I think they're feeding off of the dryness.
Yeah, it's something that they love.
Yeah.
Okay, no, but listen.
Okay.
People who don't snuggle, people who don't like. She said, I'm a little afraid-ass, so I roll over and I sleep alone in my sparkle blanket. Cuddling is literally how I fell in love with you, Sammy. Like, I do not understand why you would share a bed with someone if you're not gonna cuddle. Get out of my bed. You're just taking up space. You're either gonna snuggle me, we're gonna hold each other all night through the sweat, through the snores, through the drool,
through the trials and tribulations,
or get up out my bed.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely space to be like, hey, I'm hot right now, but like, still gonna like have an arm on you or a leg on you, something.
And then you cool off and you come back.
And then you come back, basically. Yeah, like the idea that I'm sleeping in bed with someone and I don't touch them for the entire night because they're hot or they want their space. It's like, yeah, just we just, why sleep together?
At this point, we need separate beds. We might as well have separate rooms and we can go ahead and get a divorce.
Just say you hate me, okay? Just say.
I don't understand. I just don't understand. I
can understand it, but I don't agree with it.
Okay. Then we just gonna have to let that be that, because
I guess, yeah, it's wild. I mean, I say everything's wild, but it feels like a waste of effort in a bed.
You taking up all that damn space in my bed. Okay, let's talk about it. Let's get into our discussion.
What's your big one?
Back to our question. About race and ethnicity. We really see that come up in this episode with Anna and Patrick. The first time we see it is Patrick being so nervous to disclose his race, to confess his race.
Which, there's no rules, but I feel like, to your, not your look baiting point, but like, it feels like you still shouldn't disclose, like, hey, I am this ethnicity, I'm this race, basically.
Well, it seemed like it depended on who he was talking to, because we saw him have conversations about his ethnicity and his race with two different people. And the nerves came up when he was talking to what he assumed correctly to be a white woman.
Yeah, because he already came into the show with the complex of that, hey, I've had a hard time dating because
I'm an Asian American
man. Yeah.
And we see his complex of like him trying to relate to white people, to basically like convey his humanity to white people. Like, I'm a Colorado bro, just like the rest of them.
Yeah, he's like begging to be like, please look at me like a person and not my ethnicity.
Yeah.
Ethnicity, basically.
Yeah, I be fishing and hiking and camping and like
I go hiking. I'm blue blooded just like you are.
just
So,
like the rest of
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Yeah, it was. I don't know. It was really impactful, I think, to see how much he carries that with him.
Oh yeah, yeah. It was kind of sad to just be like, for him to be begging basically, and like really really nervous, because in that conversation it was with Casey, I believe,
Mm-hmm.
and she was just like, yeah, tell me. Yeah, go ahead and tell me whatnot. And he's just like,
She could feel how uncomfortable he was, and
Yeah.
she didn't
She
say
didn't
like,
change
"Oh,
course.
never mind, it's okay." She needed to know
she did not change course at all.
this man's race.
Yeah.
It was like a determining factor for her, which again goes back to my question of like, why would you be allowed on the show if you're not open to date anyone of any race or ethnicity?
I mean, to that, she's like, oh yeah, I don't have a problem with that, whatever. But I mean, also I think to an extent, it is kind of his fault. Not fault, but it is kind of on him for making that such a central part of his like personality in the show, where like, you can't see me, we're just talking, but consistently over and over again, I'm going to bring up how like my ethnicity
Has
specifically
impacted my dating experience.
Exactly. And no white person says that. So it's like,
true.
obviously you're kind of almost baiting that person to saying, okay, like, you keep bringing up this point. What are you?
It's a cliffhanger that he leaves
Yeah.
her on every time, and she wants to know.
Yeah.
That's
So
fair.
I don't blame her that much, although she could have been a little more sensitive when he's like very nervous, being like, ooh, let me think about that.
Yeah.
And she's like, okay, think.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a lot for him. And I think for him, like, his inferiority complex is like very big.
It's
you know?
central to who he
Very
is.
central. Yeah, it just comes out a lot in all his conversations. But it is kind of wild in this revelation of him, saying that, hey, I'm Asian, basically. Casey in that conversation, she's like, oh, okay, that's cool. Well, she didn't seem that excited to begin
She
with.
said that doesn't change what we have.
Sure. Yeah, she said this. She said the right thing.
Right.
And then in an attempt to, I think, comfort him, she's like, oh, it's okay. My brother only dates Asian women. It's fine. And also my other brother, he's dating someone half black.
Right. And then
sis-
my other brother's girlfriend is Mexican.
Yeah. So she's like, my whole family, like, we're white, we're Mormon, but, we just be out here collecting these Pokemon. That's what
These ethnic Pokemon.
And I guess I had a thought in my mind where it's like, I wonder if him hearing that would kind of make him like reconsider, be like, do I want to be a part of this dynamic of just like your family's a white Mormon family, but all of your siblings, and now you potentially are gonna have ethnic partners, and just be like kind of othered like that. So
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, that would, if I were in his position, that's definitely something that I would be thinking about.
Yeah.
But wait, I guess devil's advocate. Here comes Satan. There's no pleasing you. Like, we come at these white people all the time for like insulating themselves, but then turn around and shame this family for their very interracial dating habits.
I don't claim to be perfect, but I don't know. I feel like I feel like when you say, hey, the person I'm dating right now is X
Happens
ethnicity,
to be.
happens to be this ethnicity
Or race.
or race, it's fine. When you say my brother only dates Asian women,
Yeah, he has a fetish. He straight up is fetishizing Asian women.
what other option is there?
Right.
Like, that is a very specific choice.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so I feel like that's my little caveat there, where it's like, yeah, I'll give them some shit and everything, but also, if you're doing it and it's not an intentional thing you always do, then I don't.
If it's not a fetish.
if it's not a fetish, I don't.
I think it's
yeah.
perfectly fine for white people to be intentional about not dating other white people.
That's
I
it, yeah.
honestly would encourage it. I think it would create a lot more empathy for
Open
other
y'all
people's
horizons.
experiences.
Yeah,
Yeah. But when you're fetishizing,
that's a problem.
there's a problem.
It's a big
And
problem.
she outed that man.
If I'm her brother, it's like, what the fuck am I catching straight? What did I do?
So, and this is
Hmm.
funny because there's like a very clear juxtaposition
Yeah.
with Anna and Patrick, right?
Yeah. I think, with because we come into the show with both of them basically saying, "Oh yeah, we usually date white people," basically. It's really interesting to me because we see them have a connection, even outside of their like shared like, I don't know,
Cultural background.
exactly, yeah. So they have that connection, and then it's bolstered by like a cultural background, basically. But it is interesting to me that Anna seems very self-aware to admit that she intentionally does not date Asian men, but she still feels drawn to Patrick
Yeah.
when she can't see him, basically.
Yeah.
And yeah, it seems very interesting to me that Anna seems self-aware enough to admit that like she intentionally does not date Asian men. Like it's a very specific point that she does.
Right.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
a difference in perspective and approach. It seems between the two of them where Anna doesn't seem at all interested in dating an Asian man,
No.
whereas Patrick seems like his desire is to be with an Asian woman, but like
Yeah.
at the very least
He's
he's
at least
open to it.
He's open to like the possibility of dating someone who's not white.
Right.
Basically. Yeah.
And specifically someone who is Asian, not just not white. Specifically, he is open to dating an Asian
True,
woman
true,
where she
yeah.
is not. But like due to circumstance, living in Colorado, that hasn't been an option. It
Yeah,
seems like they're in very different places.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Anna says straight up,
Hmm.
you know, we physically like aren't each other's type. Like
Oh, yeah, bro.
typically,
Yeah.
typically, if I knew some guy was Asian, like I would eliminate him.
Which is a why.
I heard it like eliminate.
Just thumbs down, Caesar, just get him out of here. Just
That
yeah.
to me is so crazy that you would eliminate. And she didn't say like a Chinese man because based off of my experience growing up in a Chinese family, I know this of Chinese men. She said straight up, all Asian men.
Yeah.
Which is so baffling to me because I could understand better if your ethnic group has been persecuted, has been like portrayed as bad, as undesirable, as like the other.
Yeah, it makes sense to me. Then, like, I have more empathy for it. Then, it kind of goes to kind of like my main question, where it's like, what happens to make you eliminate like an entire race of people,
Specifically your own race.
especially when it's your own. You know, it's like yes, your own race. You know, for lack of for terms. 'Cause again, to your point, I can understand. I can empathize if your entire life you've grown up with the message that you're below everyone.
Right.
Your race, your
Right.
people, you are beneath. You're dirty or whatever. Like whatever,
Yeah.
descriptor people can put on you. But I don't know exactly, but like I feel like that is not a lot of people's experiences in this country outside of like
Blackness?
blackness is like the default, like no,
Yeah.
like, and everything else like it has oppression attached to it, but it's not to the extent where it's like
You would want to distance yourself
Yeah.
from that group, right? I just this is so strange to me. And another thing that we were talking about was like there's simultaneously this desire to maintain the culture,
yeah
but with a white person. So I'm thinking like as a parent, right? Like what does it feel like to see your child deliberately choose a white partner,
yeah
but then make a show of or maybe a genuine effort
Yeah.
of like preserving the culture and like uplifting the culture and being proud
being
to be
very proud of it. Yeah.
in this specific instance Chinese.
I again, it's a question for me. Like I don't have an answer to that, but it is a question because
Eliminate?
eliminate is a very specific word to use in regards to a person.
She's swiping left on every Asian person she sees
Yeah.
on an app.
Yeah, and I just yeah, it's a question. I don't know, but I think within this episode, we are kind of seeing her to an extent kind of grow out of that in this very specific example. You know, and I
Grow out of her disinterest or disdain or aversion to
don't know what it is, but
Asian
I think
men.
she seems to be kind of slowly like pulling herself out of it. Again, there is that self-awareness
yeah,
a little bit.
She says in her little confessional, like, oh, maybe I've been closed-minded.
Yeah.
And Blake seems like the obvious safe choice for me, but like this experience is making me look at Patrick differently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think so my hope for like just like her mental health and Patrick's mental health is that they choose each other. But I do that's your prediction. I feel like they, based on Patrick's, you know, his demeanor. I don't know if he is or not, but we'll see. But low-key, I hope that if he does not end up choosing her, not to put this on her, but like I hope that she either doesn't choose anyone else or no one else chooses her. So like she can maybe take some of this energy that she's feeling right now back out to the real world and say, this experiment taught me something. I should like not eliminate an entire group of people from my dating pool based on my own prejudices, and like her to like actually recognize that these are prejudices that she has.
Yeah.
So yeah, I kind of hope that
Take that out into the real world and go bag her an Asian man. That would be beautiful. I'm gonna be straight up with you. They aren't gonna choose each other though. I can tell. Like it just doesn't feel like. For me, my impression is that Patrick is not as into her as she is him. She wants him.
She really grew.
But he might choose somebody else.
He might. I mean, because I think they both admit it. Where it's like we're kind of fighting our inherent like biases and like our inherent just like. Not nature, but
inclination
like to go for a white person.
Right.
Basically, we're fighting,
and
that.
they both have another person that they're interested in who is white.
Yeah, exactly. And I think both of them know the other person is white, so that's where that internal fight is coming in. She seemed really into him. She grew to be like
something clicked.
She's like, I like this.
Yeah,
I want you, and I think his demeanor is still like, yeah, bro, like you're it. Yeah, bro. And this is like, bro, say some words, please.
He didn't say very much. She straight up was like, you might have found your match in me. Like, it's crazy to think that my husband could be on the other end of this wall. Like, she's feeling that man. She's really feeling that man. Yeah. And he, to me, seems a little bit more reserved. I'm just saying, I don't think they're going to end up together.
We'll see.
Then I hope, but I hope this isn't the case, but I feel like she would use that to be like, see, this is why I only date white men. It's kind of like when you give an ugly nigga a chance and then he breaks your heart.
And you're like, well, see?
And you're like, that's crazy. Even this ugly ass, busted ass man is going to do me dirty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little self-fulfilling prophecy. So I'm 50-50. Well, anyone's 50-50. I'm like...
Well, we see at the end, like, there's something going on. He pulls up to the room, and I think he's ready to profess his love to her.
To her
rip his
or
shirt
someone.
open.
We don't know.
No, he says Anna. He says Anna,
Anna,
Anna. He pulls up to the room, and it's silence on the other side of the wall. On the pods, ain't nobody over there. Anna, where are you? Anna? Echo, echo, echo.
And then they do that dun.
With the extreme cut to show an empty couch. And so we're all sitting here like, okay, so what happened? Where's Anna? I don't know. I just feel like it's not going to happen for them. But like you said, this could be an opportunity where something where something shifts.
Yeah. For her and for him.
And for him.
Yeah.
He seemed, I don't know that man enough to know.
He seemed on the fence enough to say, all right, if it doesn't work out with Anna, I'll go with Casey.
No, whatever. But what I was saying is like from the beginning to me, he seemed at least open to dating an Asian woman whereas Anna was clearly not interested in nobody who wasn't Caucasian.
Not at all.
She wanted her a white man.
Just the default. Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. Because I forgot about the ending.
Yeah. I mean, this episode was simultaneously so dry.
Yeah.
And then like actually blew my mind. Had me sitting up, rewinding, talking about eliminate.
Deadass, I was like falling asleep for the first like 20 minutes.
I had to keep bopping you back away.
We're sitting there jotting down notes, and I'm just like, all right, cool, we got it.
He was dozing. The man was dozing.
Because they weren't saying anything.
Nothing was happening, but then like you have this big thing where, at least for us, the way we're reading the show, it was like, wow,
what is this?
We're having this really explicit conversation about race and ethnicity.
Yeah.
in a way that I haven't seen happen before.
Yeah,
So-
and like specifically how it like just molds into your dating dynamics and just like changes everything about you and the way you engage with people. It's
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's also kind of to the point where like having a type is kind of bullshit. And like, unless you are very intentional about what influences your preferences.
Yeah, I think you have to be aware that it is your preferences that are influencing who you date, and you have to be honest about that. I think a lot of people aren't ready to admit that like my type is just like
Informed by racism and sexism.
and like the socioeconomic things
Yeah.
and like just politics. Like these are all just like subtle things and like marketing in general. Like I don't know, J.C. Penney can put out an ad.
Of Blake.
Blake can be in a dealer's ad, and you can be like, "Wow, that's a nice shirt," and then something in your brain's like, "That nice shirt goes with that nice white man right there."
Well, I
And,
think there's okay. So there are. I think there are people that we are individually attracted to, and then there can be a pattern.
sure.
I prefer a broader, kind of husky built man,
Okay.
right? And that is a pattern for me.
Sure.
I definitely have a type of woman that I'm attracted to. You're not about to roast me.
She got to be a sad Tumblr girl.
Stop. But my point is like you can identify patterns.
Yeah.
When those patterns are the reflection of racist, sexist standards,
Yeah, that's when it's
then
time
your
to,
type is bullshit, and
Yeah.
you need to interrogate that.
You got to sit
or you
down.
should.
You
or
should.
maybe you should just date your type because I don't want you.
Yeah, at the very least, like when someone else sees you doing this and they're like, "Hey, what's going on with that?" Like, be ready to interrogate it, and
But then there's also something that's coming up for me is
Hmm.
when people have a very clear cut type,
sure.
but then they say that they're open to dating outside of their type, is the relationship doomed to fail? Because ultimately the whole time they may or may not be like, well, you're not my type. I can't get past that. You're not my type. This is why it's not working. It's because you're not my type.
Yeah.
I'm wondering, like, unless you're really very intent on like finding new ways to look at people and find the attraction in people, if you have a type and then you're like, oh, it's fine, it's not that big of a deal.
I think you're lying.
Yeah, you might get into it and be like, damn,
I have no attraction.
I'm
Like,
not attracted to this person that I've
Yeah.
committed to.
Yeah, and I think it, to an extent, it does set you up to fail because again, you have to recognize that this is something that was programmed in you, and it takes a lot of work to deprogram yourself to like look at someone and say, you have a different nose, your skin's different and everything, but like I like you.
I like you, and I can also find the beauty in different features.
Exactly.
Maybe they're not features that I've been seeing my whole life, but
or
like,
I've been told that have value.
yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, a lot of the times we look at people through what? What?
I just thought of this guy that I was dating a long time ago.
Yeah.
And at first, when we started dating, I thought his nose was very ugly. I'm not gonna lie. But then I saw his nose, just perched up on my little kitty cat while he was down there, and I was like, it's kind of cute now.
That's a wild time to be like, you know what, your nose ain't that bad.
And then I really started to like his little nose. I would give it a little kiss. A little kiss.
Okay.
I'm saying that's what love does to you if you're willing to look past your
if
type.
you're open to it, I suppose. Okay, yeah, I guess there's that. Again, you're still programmed to like these things or not, but yeah, being willing,
Socialized, yeah.
being socialized into it, and being willing to interrogate that is the mark of a good person. And to your question earlier of like, should you allow someone on this show who like very clearly has a type? And
Not just a type, is not open to being with someone outside of their own race
Yeah.
or ethnicity.
Yeah.
I think the answer should be no, because if we're saying love is blind, then it should be blind to race as well.
should be. But I mean,
This
again,
is boring. We're just going to watch white people match with white people. I think literally every season, that is pretty much the case. I can think of maybe two couples.
And I think it's incumbent upon the show to then, no matter like the demographics of whatever area that you're in, I think it's incumbent upon them to say, we are intentionally going to create the dynamic where it's not 8 white couples. And
Yeah, let's change
one
the
Asian,
odds.
one black, or maybe one Middle Eastern person. Or whatever.
Right.
Like, make it a bit more like 50-50 almost.
You don't know who you gonna end up with. You out here
Exactly.
playing Russian roulette because Love is Actually Blind, and you could
Exactly.
get anybody of any size, any
Yeah.
race. However, Nick and what's her name love to say that shit over and over again. But then
Is Love Actually Blind?
the likelihood is that you're probably gonna end up with a white person
Most
if you
likely.
came here as a white person wanting to be with a white person.
Exactly. And if you are open to it, even if you're a white person who's like, no, I'm actually really open to dating someone who's not white, you still are most likely going to find someone who is white.
Because there's only 5 people who aren't. who
out
aren't.
of like 26 people, it'll be like, I don't know, 19 white people basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. A couple spicy whites in there, but it is what it is.
Still.
Still.
We would love to know y'all's experiences if you've had any experience dating interracially, if you are eliminating people from your own race, for what reason you're doing
Yeah,
that.
what's your justification for that?
Right. Help us understand. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
This was fun.
little conversation. Yeah.
Join us next time for more messy looks into dating, love, and relationships. Let's see how Joe and Madison's engagement goes down.
I do not care.
What the hell happened to Anna?
Done.
And if
You know.
anyone else is going to fall in love. And remember, we're here for the drama, here for the mess,
But it's all love.
but it's all love.
Please like and subscribe, rate and review. We're still in our baby stages, so every comment, every view, every share, it really helps us bring you guys more awesome content.
Please, please, please.
Please. We'd love to hear from y'all. Hit us up with your dating experiences, any questions for the lovers out there, and of course the question that we asked you guys before. Email us at loverswatchpodcast@gmail.com.
Okay, see you next time.
See y'all next time.